Okay, so the TLDR of this strategy is that we're going to be doing abysses in our maps and juicing them to have them to be more valuable. So pretty much what we'll be doing is we'll be using the preserved vertebrae and slamming it onto our maps, and the ones that give prefixes are the ones that we're going to unveil in the Well of Souls to give very valuable modifiers. Let's go. Let's aug everything that can be auged, and then let's rego everything that can be regoed. Okay, and then what's going to happen next is that we are going to slam preserve vertebrae. So you can use the Sinistral Necromancy to guarantee a prefix, but given that this is 8 exalts each, for now I don't think it's worth. So what I'm going to do is just slam all my maps with this, and the ones that hit prefixes will be the ones that I unveil, and if it hits suffix, that is where I'm going to not unveil. So let's go to the well. Okay, first one is going to be suffix, 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 prefix. So we unveil, and we can get modifiers like these. The ones that I'll be going for is going to be the easy to do ones that give a lot of rewards that doesn't need to scale with your map or your rarity on your gear. So things like Abyssal Boss, this is going to be really good, or Abyssal Depths. This will guarantee that it'll get a fragment once you kill the Abyssal Boss. You get like a color mark fragment back that's 10 exalts, and on top of that the loot from the map also, the loot from the underground. The reason why we're not doing suffix is because suffixes give very bad modifiers. I can show you one example here. If you unveil the suffix, you give Grasping Vines, Minion Immortal for 3 seconds. Players and minions deal no damage for 3 seconds. Natural rares do no damage. So that's not good for the build. And yeah, so pretty much this just gives detriment. Sometimes you do get pack size, but it's very rare. And it's usually very bad modifiers. So because of that, we do not do suffixes, and we just leave them as veiled, so you can still run the map without the detriments for pathing to the juicier nodes. So that's the plan. So this is going to be prefix over here. Let's unveil it. So in this situation, I haven't really figured out the benefit to Incubator Queen. It doesn't seem like there's anything significant. Definitely more testing needs to be required here, but Abyssal Pits in areas always guarantee rewards is very good. So if you remember doing Abyss in your maps, you have pits that do not have rewards, they just close up. So this guarantees that all the pits will give rewards. So that's very good for kind of like itemized rewards in your maps. So this gives the pit rewards. I'll definitely take in that. And as you can see that we are just doing juicier abysses in our maps. And currently the vertebrae were very cheap. They were like 0.25 exalts each, and you're just slamming it onto your maps. If it's POG, it's POG. If it's not, you just run it as per normal. There's no difference there. So for this one, you can do the increased difficulty, but just do keep in mind that you need a stronger build to do this. If you want just XP, for example, increased monsters is nice. If you have a build with good clear, this is something that you can do as well. So prefixes. And let's keep going. Rewards, increase monsters XP. This is a very high roll. It rolls from 50 to 100. So sometimes you do get Untainted Paradise or an Overrun, and then you can run it with increased XP, and then this will be good for the build also, where you can just level up more efficiently. Abyssal Depths, this is very, very good. Abyssal Depths is one of the most valuable modifiers so far that I've seen, because it gives multiple chests at the end, which gives a lot of rewards. Traditional pits, guaranteed rewards. It depends on what you want, but traditional pits can be very nice. It spawns more monsters as well. So I'm gonna go for that. Abyssal Depths, immediate take over here. Prefixes again, rewards, very nice. And suffix, prefix, Incubator Queen, Abyssal Depths again. Very lucky here that we're getting quite a lot of Abyssal Depths. Prefix. XP, okay, so this is a bit mid, so you can do the difficulty one. The modifier is pretty mid as well. The XP is nice, I guess, if you want to do that on maps that already have overrun in on your atlas. Rewards guaranteed, another prefix here. Rewards guaranteed, prefix here. XP, this is a very big XP roll, we're going to take that. XP is levels for your character, which adds to character power, not something to be underestimated. Okay, why are these all suffixes? Okay, these are all suffixes, unlucky. But yeah, we did get quite a lot of prefixes over here, so we did get, like, on average, it's going to be half your maps are going to hit prefixes, and that's pretty much the story. I'm going to show you my atlas really quickly. I'm going to talk about the overrun mechanic. The overrun mechanic is something that spawns all your monsters combined within the abysses in the map. So if you have run any of the overrun maps, it's going to look like this on the atlas tree that spawns naturally, similar like you would spawn breach and abysses. So you can see this abyss is overrun by abyssal. So these maps combine all the monsters into the abyss and spawns a lot of them. So I can show you one example. So this is something that I would run something like increased experience because they spawn a lot of monsters. Alternatively, on a very off chance that you get the unveil on the prefix, you could get something like this, where I unveil, area is overrun by the abyssal, and this is very, very rare. This means you can run overrun on any map on your atlas tree. One example of a use case, you can make use of an overrun abyssal natural roll on a map. It's going to be something like Untainted Paradise, where you combine all the monsters from Untainted into one map. At level 90, you can get something like 20 to 40% XP, depending on how many pits it spawns within an Untainted Paradise, and it's a lot of experience. So there's something that you want to keep and wait for Untainted Paradise before you run. If you want to go for XP, I can't really think of any other use cases right now, but maybe like a quadruple tower overlap with increased juice, and then you run this on something with breachers and other things to maybe synergize with Beyond or the IC towers, whatever you call it. So that is pretty much the story, and I'm going to quickly run this overrun map with EXP to show you guys how it's going to feel like. So let me just stash my maps really quickly here. XP rolls, let me just sort it and then I'll hop into the map really quickly. All right, we're ready to go, ready to rumble. And this is the example of the trash one. Okay, so let me show you guys what the overrun by abyssal is. So Asmarian Ranges, pretty decent layout map. I think one of the interludes, kind of like it. And you can see there's no monsters in the map. You can liken it to the likes of Perfect Abrasion, Greater Abrasion, that's good money. Essences are not merged in. Oh, Hammer of the Gods, okay, from the Abrasions. So you can see all the monsters get merged in. So in PoE1, you'll be familiar with this with like Containment Scarab or like monstrous, whatever that thing was called before it was called Containment Scarabs. But yeah, everything gets merged in and all the monsters get merged into your abysses that like you see over here. So everything's merged in. You're going to spawn a lot of monsters, and the one that I'm running together with a natural overrun is going to be some XP. I currently have 79% XP. You'll see that you do get quite a lot of that in these kind of maps. So we finished this. Alternatively, with the overrun, you can run guaranteed rewards, which also guarantees that all your pits give you rewards. So depending on what you want to go for, if you want to go for currency, something like pits give rewards is going to be one option. Alternatively, you can run something like EXP if that's something that you prefer, or if you're going to level up, that's something that you can do. My frames are dropping. There's a tremendous amount of monsters that are spawning, and the screen is shaking because even if you disable screen shake, Abyss is naturally just does that. And yeah, currently we're doing a lot of explosions, combining Herald of Thunder with Voltaic Mark, so we are exploding a lot of monsters together. And a lot of the monsters are dying. We've completed 2 pits, as you can see on the minimap. 2 of them already have their rewards appeared. Just need to close out the 1 or 2 more, I think. And you can see the overrun just spawns a shit ton of monsters. And they're all combined within this abyss, which gives a lot of XP. You can see that I'm already at like 85% XP. So it does give a lot. And I'm at level 91. In mind, and I'm running on the T15. Technically you can run it on T16s, but yeah, you'll need to corrupt it and hopefully the modifier stays, I think. And that closed, and there's still one more pit towards the right. So a lot of monsters, and you will need a good build to run the Abyssal modifiers because they are not going to be simple. And that's why I do not recommend you take the every pit that close will increase the difficulty, because that will really require a strong build. And also to benefit more from it, you will need well-crafted maps, possibly 5 to 6 modifier maps with good rarity and quant or pack size to scale together, as well as overlapping towers. So personally, the itemized rewards from the guaranteed rewards, Abyssal Depths is something that from an early game, and a quarter exalt investment from a preserved vertebrae would provide a lot more exalts ratio to investment. And we got Abyssal Depths and a lot of these coffers over here. We've got a coffer which guarantees currency. Got another coffer over here. Got a Valor. Got arsenal here. Hopefully we drop some bones. No bones at all, and we do get Abyssal Depths. But you get the story, right? So that is pretty much how we are running the strategy. And yeah, hope you like the video, and catch you in the next one. Bye.